सर ये उदयपुर जाना चाहिए कि सर मतलब कि मुझे कैट दोबारा देना चाहिए?
The most important metric for us is how do we add value to the student.
Sir, do you think Udaipur will cut the chase to that IIM ABCs of the world?
New does not mean inexperience.
But sir, location disadvantage नहीं है, corporates आ जाते हैं उदयपुर भी.
Most important consideration for a student, faculty or recruiter.
आज के इस वीडियो के अंदर हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि आपको 1 ईयर MBA करनी चाहिए कि नहीं. रियलिटी क्या है 1 ईयर MBA वालों की, और जो स्पेशली पढ़ रहे हैं न्यू और बेबी आइम्स के अंदर, उनके पैसे कितने बन रहे हैं, उनका ROI कितना बढ़िया है, क्या कॉलेजेस 1 साल के लिए भी उतनी फीस ले रहे हैं और 2 साल के लिए भी उतनी फीस ले रहे हैं, और 1 ईयर MBA के बाद आपकी एक्चुअली ग्रोथ होगी कि नहीं होगी, क्या आपको स्पेशलाइज्ड 1 ईयर MBA करनी चाहिए या आपको एक जेनरिक MBA करनी चाहिए, जेनरिक का मेथोडोलॉजी क्या है और 1 ईयर का मेथोडोलॉजी क्या है, और इन सब क्वेश्चंस का आंसर हमने किया आज के एपिसोड के अंदर. और आज के जो हमारे गेस्ट हैं उनका नाम है प्रोफेसर राजेश अग्रवाल, जो कि खुद वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट कोहोर्ट ऑफ 1 ईयर MBA चलाते हैं इन वन ऑफ द प्रेस्टिजियस IIM उदयपुर. एंड टोटल मिला के 600 बच्चों में से 120 बच्चे इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम के अंदर IIMs के अंदर पढ़ रहे हैं जो 1 ईयर MBA कर रहे हैं, एंड सर इज टेकिंग केयर ऑफ नियरली 120-130 आउट ऑफ देम. तो उनसे बातचीत करते हैं. एंजॉय द पॉडकास्ट. इफ यू गाइस enjoyed the podcast, do it in the like button for sure. Alright, hi everyone, welcome on board. बहुत सारे लोग क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं कि नए IIMs कैसे करें, so called the second generation और the third generation, या सर मुझे मारेंगे नहीं तो baby IIMs और new IIMs बोलते हैं इन सबको. These are, sir is today with us, Rajesh Agrawal sir, who is the chairperson for the entire 1 year program gamut at IIM Udaipur. Am I right, sir?
That's right.
Sir has
One
spent.
Yes.
Oh, great, sir, great. And sir has also spent some time at IIM Ahmedabad, Irma of the world. Sir, अभी क्या पढ़ा रहे हैं sir आजकल? What do you teach in the class right now?
I'm a faculty member in the finance and accounting area, and I teach courses on financial accounting, strategy cost management, management control systems, and similar courses.
बहुत बढ़िया. Sir, I'm going to ask you some tough questions today. Sir, ये उदयपुर जाना चाहिए कि सर मतलब कि मुझे कैट दोबारा देना चाहिए? बच्चे पहला क्वेश्चन मुझे ये पूछते हैं सर. विद ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट टू उदयपुर, लव द ब्रांड. हमारे बच्ची आपके पास बहुत सारे बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं. एक लड़की का मैसेज आया था, सर आई एम इन यू बिकॉज ऑफ यू, लाइक उदयपुर बिकॉज ऑफ मी, एंड शी इज प्लेस्ड इन Amazon. I'm not going to say her name, but what's your take on the so-called second generation, third generation IIM, since you represent the brand?
Right. So thank you so much for having me, and it's so exciting to talk to Cat King, and you are a leader in this domain, so it's wonderful to talk to you. But also through your medium, I want to reach out to and talk to the prospective candidates, and it's an opportunity for them to understand more about IIM Udaipur. So it's a very good question that you posed to me about what is so unique about IIM Udaipur. Why should anybody consider IIM Udaipur, right? So IIM Udaipur, you rightly said, is a new generation IIM. We are, just 12 years old. But, while we are new generation IIM, it's very important to understand new does not mean inexperienced. New means you do not have the burden of the past. You can experiment things, you can do things in a new way, and you can perhaps create new ways of adding value to the students. So we are very proud of being a new generation IIM who have done, I would say, exceedingly well on all fronts. So in fact, if we talk about the life of an academic institution or a high-performing knowledge institution, right? High-performing knowledge institution, there are two things germane to high-performing knowledge institution. Number one, knowledge creation. Number two, knowledge dissemination. And I'm very proud to say that in a short span of over 10 years, we are ranked number 4th in the country, right? In research output, in creating new knowledge. Wow. And that is something, not a mean thing, right? This is a very unique contribution.
That's your reason of getting to the top NRF ranking as well, right, sir?
No, so NRF ranking is a complex ranking. It has many parameters. So sometimes we are up, sometimes we are down.
Last, as per my research, 2022-2023, NRF has like 5 parameters, and 20 to 30% marks were on the on the research. And if you've done good research, is it the qualitative or is it the quantitative research? जिसने ज़्यादा research किया उसका बोलबाला. How is it?
Yes, so you're right. So in NRF, you do get rewarded, for the number of publications,
Oh.
and while that matters, but we at IIM Udaipur have preferred to choose a route which is on high quality publications. So obviously, you cannot have as many high quality publications because it takes longer to be able to, publish those papers.
Is it the reason for the pluses and minuses in the NRF ranking of Udaipur?
No, I think that's maybe perhaps one, but there are a variety of factors, and so we constantly now work towards achieving the best possible ranking for us. But that's one of the matrices that we look at. The
Okay.
most important metric for us is how do we add value to the students. Now, I can tell you a few things as to how do we really add value to the students, which is unique compared to some of the other management institutions in the country. So first thing is
It's
all
3
our
o'clock.
decision making with respect to the program design and delivery is what is we call participant centric. What is going to happen to the student is a central issue in our mind in their learning journey is what matters to us. So for example, we call it here transformational journey, right? From the time they come to the institute and from the time they pass out from the institute, they graduate from the institute, we believe there is a fundamental change in the person they are, in the way they think, and the kind of contribution they can make to the corporation where they will work. And that is, I think, is a very thought through, very very planned and designed thing, and that is what we pursue in our program.
But sir, do you think Udaipur will cut the chase to that I am ABCs of the world? एक दिन आएगा कि सर हम लोग क्रॉस करेंगे उनके साथ में खड़े होंगे. आई हैव आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन टू मल्टीपल पीपल लाइक भीमराव मैत्री सर ऑफ आई एम नागपुर, आपके फ्रेंड महादेव जायसवाल सर ऑफ आई एम संबलपुर. आई स्पेंट 2-3 days with him in the Pan Am conference, and of course Manoj Tiwari sir from I am Bombay, who is which I believe ke I am Bombay being a Bombay location also is going to be really great. But what's your take on that, sir? कभी हम second generation, third generation आएंगे first generation league में?
It certainly should happen, because see, one is the IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, and others who have the advantage of time, right? They have been here for 5 decades or more. So certainly they have had this advantage. But I think, as I said, while the new generation IIM do not have that advantage of time with them, but they have the advantage of starting afresh.
Yeah.
And the advantage of starting afresh, you could do things perhaps in terms of the ecosystem that we create, in terms of the way we approach things, could be very different and unique compared to the senior IIM. So while we certainly would like to emulate the good practices, but we would also like to create our own practices, which are unique, and So, for example, let me give you one example as to how we are unique. In the design and delivery of these 2 one-year MBA programs, the Global Supply Chain Program and the Digital Enterprise Management Program, we have created these programs with significant involvement of the industry. These are industry-facing programs based on the needs of the industry, so that the students can, start contributing the day they join the organization.
Got it.
Now, which is very, very conscious decision, right? As to how do we create...
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Sorry to interrupt. We'll come back to the one-year programs.
Sure.
I know it's your bread and butter. You do this every day. I know that you love them. I know you're very passionate about it. But I still have a question. Sir, ये उदयपुर में क्यों खोला है? ये जितने भी नए AIMS हैं, so-called baby AIMS, I remember the first phase of the newest possible IIM, which is neither new or baby, which IIM Shillong, which came in 2006, and then 2009 में और आए, फिर 2011 के अंदर बहुत, फिर 2015-16 में तो there was like a big massive wave of IIMs which are opening up like 5-6 नए IIMs आए, and now the recent one was 2016 IIM Jammu, और अभी आप आए थे 2011-12 में, and अभी recently there's a news for IIM Assam as well. Sir, first of all, the location constraint नहीं है. I remember when I was in Udaipur, so I could check from the Google map, you guys are 9 kilometers from the area of the hotel where I was staying. But sir, location disadvantage नहीं है, corporates आ जाते हैं उदयपुर भी.
Right. So talking about the location, I think the most important consideration for a student, faculty, or recruiter is the connectivity. And if you look at the connectivity, Udaipur is extremely well connected. Certainly to Delhi, Bombay, and Bangalore, Hyderabad, we have direct flights, operating throughout the year. And then in certain, times, periods, we also have direct flights from other smaller cities. So connectivity-wise, we stand very tall. There's no issue whatsoever. In terms of the location, if we are looking for a large campus, it has to be a little bit away from the city. But this is now only, I would say, 5 or 6 kilometers, which is barely anything. In fact, you can go from one end of the city to the other end of the city in Udaipur in 30 minutes. It's a small town.
I
small tourist town, which is actually, I would say, an added attraction. The fact that it's a tourist town, it's not a disadvantage. Actually, it's an advantage for the recruiters to come.
I know MBBs have started pouring in now. From Mackenzie BCG Bay, they've started to come inside Udaipur. I think you were one of the few ones in which these MBBs are jumping in. That's so amazing. बहुत ही सर बढ़िया लगा. Thank you so much for joining in. Boys and girls, drop me a comment for sure. आप IIM Udaipur जाना चाहते हो? Is it going to be your next time, sir? I swear on God, I was doing a YouTube live day for yesterday and asked them which उनको कौन सा IIM चलेगा among all the babies and the new second generation, third generation, and 80 to 90% of the time they were like Udaipur. That's so amazing. Thank you for joining in, sir. Have a good day ahead. Take care, sir.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you.